Blessings, everyone. Just want to share a message that's coming through. It's the 27th of August. Let me see. Just asking for this to come through with clarity. So, as the planet is upgrading and moving into the light, then we're experiencing a purifying process which will allow us to see that which is real in terms of our own vision. So clarity, which is what was spoken about for 2020, it's really a very personal experience. What is clear for one person might be completely different for someone else. Personally, I'm finding that I'm fasting today again. I'm drinking water. But I spent a few hours this morning. It's just before 6 o'clock in the evening here in terms of time. I had a very uncomfortable morning where the crystalline body was opening from inside, and it was really moving through my system like an electrical charge, which is what happens when you're a living crystal, I guess. The crystal inside, the crystalline source, is electric. Now, it's nothing new for me, but this is quite different because the crystalline body is actually taking over in terms of my life experience. It's taking care of everything. When it comes to clarity and also being with Source, there's a sense of how nothing should be in the way of this pure Source consciousness. So I went through another birthing process, mainly centered in the diaphragm. The diaphragm is changing as part of the upgrade, you might call it. Upgrade's a strange word to use. It doesn't feel right, but it's this raising of our frequency and our vibration within the physical body. So it was really quite painful for a few hours, and anything that's in my system, because I have I've been fasting, as I've said in previous videos, really since the 14th of August. But I have had little bits of um, material food over the past 2 days. My body was literally, it was like it's screaming at me from inside because it wants to get rid of any density. It's really powerful. I can't move away from the process. I meditated, I did some yoga. It just made it worse. It made the process even more painful. So I went through the experience of this, this movement inside. It did eventually settle. I did feel a clarity as well with the body in terms of what was happening just shortly before it started to literally find a root. And I really needed to just be. I can't put it into words. It's really interesting because when it's moving, the diaphragm and the lower part of the body, which is where the density is, and the lower chakras, it was doing what it needed to do. And as part of the birthing process, of course, I'm resisting it. And then I got a message coming through saying that it was moving and it was going to move out. The pain in the diaphragm and the discomfort is, wow. I feel as if my rib cage is so powerful. And I've had this for a number of years, this feeling of the diaphragm being extremely powerful. And I practice yoga every day. Lots of deep breathing, and the breath has deepened through the prayers that I'm using, and so the bones are becoming more and more free and more light. So it's this shift from carbon to silicon structure, I guess. I'm saying I guess because I really don't know. I know that I can feel, I feel more flexible. The body feels looser and much freer, but it does not want any solid or material food. So I have to listen to that. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'm feeling more comfortable this afternoon. So I lay down. The discomfort is on both sides of the rib cage, so I can't I can't lie down when it's in its peak. So it's really something else. I mean, I have a body. I gave birth to 2 children. It feels like a long time ago, but there's no time. So, and my body is usually very pliable, it's very soft, and it's very feminine, and it's become more so, um, I would say, since 97, 98, the end of the last century. As I was moving into the new 21st century, the millennium, whatever you want to call it, I felt my body becoming much more pliable, uh, very soft, and also it's very open to nature and to Mother Earth. It loves to be connected. So this is something else. Oh my goodness. I don't get any warning about these things either. Um, it just literally will just kick in the second. The, just in that breath, I'll suddenly have this. It's, it's like an electrical circuit opens up inside me, and um, it's very. I mean, it's okay because I'm used to electricity running through me, but when it's going into these really powerful contractions and it won't move, then it's not very pleasant. Yeah. So I'm just sharing this message this afternoon. Also, living in the moment and living in the presence of the moment, which is a better way to put it. I've been living in this for 20 years or so in terms of time. And I'm used to the moment opening up, and it brings many gifts. So at the present time, I'm living without any money. Um, and I'm having a bit of a battle with that because I'm human. I have an ego as well. But I haven't had a lot of money really since, I would say, since 1990. Um, and I had a very material life and had a large property. I drove, I love really powerful cars. And I was driving, and I had a house full of people that used to come and visit and stay with me, and which is what I love. And then everything fell away, and I've been moving around and living in rented accommodation ever since. And I keep being moved out of the places that I'm in. I don't like that. It's actually the opposite from the way that I live. When I have my own space and I have a home that is very open and organic, which it usually is, the door's always open. So people come wandering in and out. I mean, it's like a huge vortex of energy. So people literally will come and they'll come and visit, and the kitchen is open, and everyone is just doing their thing. They're making drinks, and we might make some food, and we share everything, and we light some candles and have a fire, and it's wonderful. It's the way that I love to live. So it's been quite a journey. Um, Regardless of the size of the space that I live in, then my space is usually, it just fills up with bodies. and I have people that want to stay, and so I just give everyone a blanket or some kind of cover to warm themselves, and we do some meditation, light some candles, and then we go and fall asleep together. It's wonderful. I have people who cook meals for me, or they'll just use the kitchen, and I might be out doing a meditation class, and I come home and my space is full of lovely people who are cooking, and then they share it with me, and I've got an amazing way to live, but I'm not experiencing that just now, and that is natural for me because I don't live in bricks and mortar or with big walls around me. I live with a very open landscape. It's really beautiful. So I'm just sending some energy through this afternoon. And a blessing and unity and peace. Namaste.